like candy corn?
Well, I don't know. That's not the question for the show. That's not the question for this episode. We don't even know where candy corn came from. I think it came from bunions of witches. It's just gross. I don't know. It just crushes in your mouth and there's nothing to it. It's just...
It's sweet. That's what I like about it.
That's all it has going for it. The colors mean nothing. The orange doesn't taste like anything. The red doesn't taste like anything. The white doesn't taste like anything.
And if it's a pumpkin, it's green.
It's orange, yellow, white. Anyway, the colors mean nothing.
Okay. I like it.
No, candy corn is the devil's work.
But you can stack your candy. That's a candy you can play with.
What?
If you stack your candy corn, like yellow, the bottom yellow outside, it'll look like corn.
You're off your rocker.
I'm not.
You were messing this episode up right from the start.
Look.
Holy crap. You're going to mess this up. This is Samhain we're talking about. Spoiler.
Well, candy corn has to do with Halloween, so. Look.
Yeah. It looks like corn on the cob.
Yes.
Congratulations. You've made candy corn worse.
You don't want corn on the cob? You don't want vegetables? You don't want me to eat my veggies?
Corn has issues.
You don't want me to eat my gourds and my veggies?
Gourds are fine. Corn has got some issues.
You like the pumpkins?
Maybe we want to talk about corn sometime. Do you want this show to be
What's
up with corn?
You like the pumpkins that are just like candy corn, but pumpkins?
No. Nope.
So you don't want me to eat my gourds?
Those are not gourds. Candy corn is not corn.
Close enough.
Nope.
It is when it's Halloween.
This is out of control. You're Phoenix. I'm Will. And we're here to bring on the questions. Oh, we're not asking about candy corn. No.
We're asking about Halloween, though.
Yeah, we're asking about Halloween. Because that's happening. The whole thing. We're going to talk about the whole history and the precursor to what Halloween is now.
This week. Halloween.
It is. Halloween is at the end of this week.
October 31st.
Yep.
Friday.
It's called Halloween now, but it wasn't in the before times.
All Hallows Eve.
Oh. Even before that. Where are all the links, Phoenix?
Linktree.com/BOTQS.
And there you will find the links for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, where you can watch us do this goofy stuff, which is hang out in this little room. That's also my little office space. Eyeballs behind us.
You're being watched at every angle.
You're welcome.
Even from above.
Even though majority of it is in audio medium.
You're still being watched.
Still being watched through your ears.
Yeah. Your brain's being watched on your eardrums.
It's out of control. Once more. So, Miss Phoenix, what question are we bringing in this episode that I've already spoiled?
Who celebrates and how is Samhain celebrated?
Oh, yeah.
Who and how is Samhain?
Who and how is Samhain? It's a Samhain, or I have seen Samhain.
Samhain.
And we'll get into that too.
So you win.
Well, for a while they didn't think they were going to win.
What?
We'll get into it.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. It's the season, it's the time, it's the few days of the year where supposedly the veil between us and the other side of the afterlife is thin.
In the movie Hocus Pocus.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm pretty sure it says Halloween is the one Halloween movie, it says Halloween is the one night a year that spirits and people are like the veils
thin.
Yeah.
Veil's thin. So the two, not universes necessarily, the two planes of existence. That's a good one. Have a little bit more overlap, possibly. I don't know if there's certain places where it's more thin, maybe cemeteries where. But
there's
what's
haunted
weird
places.
Yeah, what's weird about cemeteries is that's the place where you dump the empty vessel. So the empty vessel's over there. Wouldn't the energy of the person be wherever else? Would they be stuck to their empty vessel?
Well, it depends. What movie are you watching?
Those are diapers.
What movie or show are you watching?
Night of the Living Dead.
I don't know that one.
The Walking Dead?
I don't know. I'm thinking of the show that's literally called Ghosts.
Okay.
Where they died there,
mm-hmm.
and you have a certain chance to be there as a ghost. Some people pass on, and eventually they called it getting sucked off because they didn't know what that meant when you pass on. So.
There's a lot of notes here. We should probably get this rolling. Because you want to get a shower, and it's
8 o'clock at night.
Yep, after 8 already. All right. The Festival of Samhain stands as a profound cultural touchstone, marking a pivotal. I'm going to slow down to think about what I say. Marking a pivotal moment in the ancient Celtic calendar and serving as the precursor to many contemporary traditions. More than a simple holiday, it is a complex cultural phenomenon defined by its core themes of transition, remembrance, and the interplay between life and death. The very name Samhain provides the first clue to its significance. It is a borrowing from the Old Irish word Samhain, Samain, a compound term derived from Sam, meaning summer, and Fuin, I don't know where Fuin comes in there, Fuin, meaning end. The name thus literally translates to summer's end, a designation that encapsulates its primary role in the agrarian cycle, farming.
Fall.
Yeah, fall.
Summer harvest leads into fall.
And 3 weeks ago, we were like, man, when is summer going to end? Now we're like, oh boy, it's cold.
I'm ready for winter to get cozy in my house.
Blizzards and stuff? Want to measure snow in feet?
Yes. I would like at least 3 feet of snow this year.
All at once.
What?
All at the same time. 3 feet.
Eventually. I want a white Christmas this year. We haven't had a white Christmas in a while.
Blame Mother Nature.
I blame climate change and global warming.
Crap. Here we go. Are you on that bandwagon?
I blame global warming.
We're going to talk about that sometime.
I blame cow farts.
See, no. That's a little... We can agree on that one. But climate change is a thing. We'll talk about sunspots one day, too.
Sunspots?
Oh, brother.
Aren't those like moles?
Solar weather affects... Solar weather affects Earth weather.
I think I know what sunspots are.
Okay.
We'll talk about it another time.
Freckles in the sun. Measles. Sun measles.
What does agrarian mean? Mean? What do you mean?
Oh no. I'm not playing that again.
What does agrarian mean? Merriam-Webster has the following. Of or relating to fields or lands of their tenure. Agrarian landscapes. Of relating to or characteristic farmers or their way of life. Agrarian values. Excuse me. We just had dinner. Organized or designed to promote agricultural interests in agrarian political party.
So summer's in, harvest time, the agrarian cycle. You start growing things months ago. right after the frost ends and right up until the frost begins again. That's the agrarian cycle, mostly. I just figured we should touch on that because we're going to say agrarian a few more times in this stuff.
Algonquin.
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 Get your American tongue in order here. Read the next part, the pronunciation.
Pronunciation of the word has varied over time and across regions, a reflection of its rich and complex history. While the anglicized pronunciation is often rendered as Sawin, Sahwin, other phonetic renderings such as Sowin, Sowin, what?
Mm-hmm. Sowin,
Sowin, and Sown, Sown, are also used, particularly in Irish and Scottish Gaelic. This linguistic variety points to the festival's deep roots and its evolution across different cultural landscapes.
At the heart of Samhain lies a singular, unifying concept: the belief that the boundary between the living world and the spirit world becomes exceptionally thin, or liminal, during this time. This thinning veil is the wellspring from which all rituals, myths, and celebrations associated with Samhain flow, from ancient Celtic practices to modern observances. We might argue that Samhain is not a static festival, but a dynamic case study in cultural continuity and adaptation. Its longevity is a testament to the enduring power of its foundational themes, death, remembrance, and renewal, which have been reinterpreted and absorbed over millennia by different cultures, most notably through the processes of Christianization and modern spiritual revival.
The ancient Celts, a people deeply attuned to the rhythms of nature, structured their year around four major fire festivals, with Samhain being the most significant. The four major Celtic fire festivals are Imbolc, February 1st, Beltane, May 1st, Lunasa, or Lunasa. That does not look like
Hey, buddy,
Lunasa.
Gaelic, they play Boggle. You know the Boggle game? You get all the letters in there, and they're like, that's what we're going to call our fire festival this time. And guess how we're going to pronounce it with the rest of the letters that are in there?
It reminds me of German.
Yeah, well, they're pretty close to each other.
Like, you've got 5 different words for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all just KFGH.
And you pronounce that like snake.
Yeah, snake.
KFGH.
Snake. 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 BFNK.
Whale.
It's just a bunch of consonants.
Right.
To make a word. Like.
Okay, so you pronounce it Lunasa or Lunasa, but spell it for the people listening at home.
Lughnasadh.
Yeah, there was no D in any way you pronounced it.
Why is it there? And I thought English was hard.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you try to take your American phonetic way of learning to read and try to read Gaelic, you'll mess it up every time.
I'm gonna pronounce it Lugnasad.
Lugnasata. Lugnasal is celebrated on August 1st.
And of course, Samhain or Samhain, October 31st to November 1st.
Yep.
It's time. You know that? When
It's
she
time.
defrosts, November 1st.
Oh. Mariah Carey.
Positioned as a cross-quarter day, it marked the midpoint between the autumnal equinox and the winter solstice. a time of profound seasonal change. It was considered the Celtic New Year, signifying not only the culmination of the harvest, but also the commencement.
Hey man, you got it. Commencement.
That, that doesn't sound right.
Well, it is.
Also, the commencement of winter, the darker half of the year.
Commencement is beginning. We're
Yeah.
going to commence the proceedings. We're going to begin the proceedings. We're going to proceed the beginnings.
Darker half of the year is
For you?
true.
Yep.
I mean, it's starting to get dark at like 6 now.
Well, when we do the fallback thing, which is a tired practice, I wish it was over. But when we fall back, it'll be even sooner.
4 o'clock.
Maybe not that early.
It has been that early. This period was viewed as a time of no time, a brief juncture suspended between the end of the old year and the beginning of the new.
The profound spiritual significance of the period was a direct reflection of the physical world. The festival's name, Summer's End, perfectly describes its practical function, marking the final gatherings of crops and the preparation for the harsh winter months ahead. For an agrarian society, the end of the growing season represented a literal dying of the earth's vegetation. This tangible experience of decline would have been psychologically and spiritually potent. From this observation, it was a small but fundamental cognitive step to associate this physical death of the year with the spiritual dying and passage of human souls. The belief in a thinning veil is therefore not merely a mystical concept, but a powerful spiritual metaphor rooted in the tangible, observed realities of the natural world, illustrating the deep integration of ancient Celtic worldview with their environment.
During the Samhain period, the barrier between worlds was thought to be at its thinnest, allowing spirits to pass through. The Celts had a dualistic
Mm,
dualistic view of these entities, distinguishing between benevolent ancestral spirits and malevolent, dangerous beings. Honored ancestors were invited to return home, while harmful spirits were warded off.
The festival's mythology is rich with figures and monsters associated with this liminal time. The god of the dead, Dawn, was believed to command the underworld and was a central figure in Samhain celebrations. According to one myth, Dawn, the commander of an invading ship, drowned and was elevated to the status of god of the dead, with his burial place becoming known as Tek Dawn, or the House of Dawn. It was believed that the souls of the deceased would travel to his house after death, and ancient texts claim that he was associated with the shadowy realm of the dead and preferred isolation. His influence was so pervasive that early Christian writers later attempted to adapt his personage, associating him with the devil. We should get into Celtic mythology sometime. It sounds like it goes pretty deep.
There's so many mythologies.
I know. I still want to read the book. Pretty sure it was Ken Jennings. 100 Places to Visit After You Die. So there's Valhalla, there's whatever the Celtics are doing, there's Christian heaven, there's, I don't know, whatever Buddha's doing, the Egyptian afterlife, wherever those guys go.
We could go Mesopotamian.
Mesopotamian mythology. Like the first one.
Yeah. The first peoples
So we've been told.
that we know of.
Earth big.
Earth old. Other Other terrifying entities were also believed to roam the land on Samhain. The Formarians, a class of sea demons, were said to collect a horrifying annual tribute of corn, milk, and children, representing the malevolent forces of darkness and decay.
Delicious.
Krampus?
Well, Krampus didn't collect corn and milk.
Well, maybe Krampus wanted some milk and cookies.
He collected the children, though.
Maybe he was with Santa and collected only the bad children, and their parents got coal to represent, hey, your kids aren't here no more. Krampus took them. And
But you
then,
can stay warm.
yeah, stay warm. Your kids aren't here no more. It's like a housewarming gift. Literally.
Literally. Wow. The pun is strong with that one.
That didn't even come until after I said it. And then, for the good kids, both Santa and Krampus want little cookies and milk. Maybe sometimes those cookies are
Spoiled.
no, they're made
No.
they're organic with corn. Corn syrup?
Corn cookies?
Corn syrup?
Chocolate chip corn cookies?
Store-bought cookies with corn syrup?
Corn
Syrup.
instead of chocolate chips.
Corn syrup and store-bought cookies with store-bought milk.
The commercialization of giving snacks to our supernatural things. The supernatural burglars.
Burglars with housewarming gifts. Sometimes.
Only for bad enough, somehow.
Only if you are a bad parent, kind of, and don't teach your kids a little.
Jumping ahead in seasons. Can we focus on Halloween?
It's almost over. Like I said, it's time.
I know, she's on out. Relax. But not yet.
It's at our calves. They're still blow drying. Where am I? Folklore also tells of the puka, a shape-shifting creature that received harvest offerings, and the Lady Gwyn.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga.
No.
And the Lady Gwyn. I don't like it.
It's a Gaelic way to spell it.
Gwen. We know a couple of those.
Yep.
A headless woman dressed in white, accompanied by a black pig.
We don't know any Gwens to do that, though.
I don't think we know any headless people. Period.
Oh, right. It's a different adjective. Headless.
Yeah.
Not yet. There's still time.
I don't think we do that anymore. I think that stopped in like the early 19s.
The early 19s. I was born in the late 19s.
Yeah, we stopped way before that. I was born in the mid 2000s. The
Doulahan.
A headless man on a flame-eyed horse was believed to be an omen of death. We also don't know any people who have a flame-eyed horse and headless.
We established that.
Oh, we didn't establish the horse part. We only established the head.
I've seen horses. None of them have flame eyes.
I kind of figured that. Excuse me. Sorry, guys, we ate pizza. These tales highlight the real fear and profound respect of the Celts had for the supernatural forces at play during this transformative period.
More figures of Gaelic or Celtic mythology that I'd like to check out.
And that's on period.
What?
It said period. And that's on period. Period.
Lest you insert brain rot into these conversations every time.
That's how I keep the people at my age. That's how I keep them here.
Oh, really? Is that how it is?
Well, how else am I supposed to...
The cool slang stuff?
What are you gonna do? Say whatever, Major Leaser? LOL?
Yeah, actually. Psych. Sometimes, too.
Only I can say psych.
What?
It's occasional. And I don't say psych.
I was there when the magic was born.
What?
My generation started psych.
Yeah, and your generation lived on vine. Well, actually, no, that's my sister's generation.
Here's a fun fact for you. So you are of a group of citizens of the world that you have never been on the earth with everybody at the same time. I just saw this fun fact the other day. October 31st, 2000, a handful of people left the earth to live on the International Space Station. Since then, there has always been someone on the International Space Station. So that means you are of a generation, including all of your sisters, that have never been on the planet Earth with everyone at the same time.
Our kitty cat keeps walking through.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes. Now, when I was born, there was people on the space station.
Yep.
And right now, there's people on the space station.
Right.
And when I was a kid, there were people on the space station.
Yep.
When you were a kid,
there was no International Space Station.
You were on with people who were.
We were here with 5 billion people, but I think we're up to 8 billion people now.
I feel like it's lowering, in possibly America at least.
Are you saying we need a new plague?
No, it's lowering. Lowering is good. That means less teen moms.
Birth rate is lowering? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, something like that.
Okay. We've got to keep going, Phoenix. We're barely on the third page of notes. We've been
It's 8:38.
I know. Focus. Here's another fun fact. Bonfires were a central and communal element of ancient Samhain celebrations. These fires, often lit by druids, were not merely for warmth, but held deep symbolic and ritualistic significance. The fires of Tlachga, spelled Tlacchtga, pronounced Clockga, Clocked, ga. The fires of Tlachga, for instance, were a public celebration signaling the victory of light, and their lighting gave the community permission to relight their own hearth fires at home.
I have heard of the bonfires. Like you dance around in a circle around the bonfire. I'm not gonna get too deep. We're running out of time.
Oh, thanks. That was a nothing burger of information.
I'm just saying, I know about it. The symbolic functions of the fires were manifold. They represented the power of the sun and were seen as a way to call upon its strength to endure the winter months. They were also a means of protection and purification. People believed their livestock would pass between two bonfires in a ritual known as fire leaping, believing it would bless them and protect them from harm for the coming year. The practice of burning bones from slaughtered livestock in these fires is believed to be the origin of the term bonfire. I've not heard that term. Before the bonfires were lit, all family hearth fires were extinguished. The family would then take an ember from the communal fire back to their home to relight their own hearth, an act that symbolized the continuation of the community's protective energy and the cycle of death and rebirth.
So bonfires were called bonefires. That's the evolution of bonfire, formerly bonefire.
Huh.
Cool, huh?
Also, for the people who don't know what a hearth is, it's like a fireplace.
But different.
It's basically a fireplace.
Hearths are good. Feasting was an equally vital part of the festival. Food was prepared for both the living and the dead. Offerings of food and drink were left outside villages and fields to appease fairies, known as she, spelled Sidhs. She, and other spirits. A tradition known as dumb supper also began in the Middle Ages, where food was consumed in silence and an invitation was extended to ancestors to join the meal, fostering a connection with the departed. So not only are people, so they believe that the veil was thinning at this time of year, so they were inviting in the good people, their family, their ancestors,
and casting out the like demonic people.
They were trying to protect themselves from the negative.
Positive energy you want. Negative energy, go away.
So you put out a plate.
Save a
Really
seat for
good.
grandma. And great aunt Shirley.
Yeah, them too.
Margaret. No.
Uncle
Elizabeth.
Jasper. Uncle Jasper.
Uncle Jasper and Uncle.
What do you got?
I don't got.
No, nothing.
Do you want me to go spookily, the Square Pumpkin?
Sure, spooky.
Spooky. That's
Uncle
his
Spookily.
nickname. Jasper's nickname is
Ernest.
Spookily. Uncle Ernest. Uncle John.
That was
John.
a Bible name. Adam's a Bible name. Michael's a Bible name.
Elizabeth?
Lazarus is also a Bible name.
Eve?
We don't talk about him.
Eve?
William? Abraham.
Lincoln.
Oh, I don't think that one was in the Bible. Here we go.
The practice of donning costumes is essential to the history of Halloween, rooted in a need for survival and social maneuvering long before it became associated with commercial entertainment. And this ties into what I know about bonfires, which people would dress up in costumes and like dance around the bonfire to like ward off the bad spirits.
Is that what it was?
I think.
Okay.
I've heard that.
Very good. I like it. Makes sense to me with all the other things we're learning.
The rationale for disguising oneself has undergone a profound evolution from magical necessity to modern
theatricality.
Theatricality.
14 syllables in that word.
Theatricality. 6. 6.
No.
Like 6 or 7 syllables in that one. The most ancient rationale for wearing a costume was apotropaic. That one's apotropaic. That sounds
pretty phonetic.
Why'd you put 2 there?
That was an accident.
Apotropaic, meaning intended to ward off evil. What I just said.
What?
The term apotropaic comes from the Greek word.
No one's getting anything out of this, but you're messing up so much.
Comes from the Greek word apotropaios, meaning to turn away or to avert. During Samhain, when the barrier between worlds was weakest, Celtic people believed that evil spirits and frightening entities walked the earth. To avoid being harmed or terrorized by these wandering spirits, Celts adopted terrifying disguises. This mechanism of protection involved either actively frightening away malevolent entities or more commonly, creating a disguise. Excuse me. Creating a disguise so I need to slow down. Creating a disguise. So convincing that the wearer was mistaken for a spirit themselves, allowing them to blend in with the supernatural traffic and remain safe.
You can see this and scene in The Walking Dead, which it's not just one scene, it was a pretty big trope throughout various episodes of The Walking Dead. So they would actually wear parts of the zombies that they would kill and cut up so that they would look and smell like a zombie, I guess. So they would actually wear their clothes, they would wear entrails around them, like intestines and whatnot, and then just walk through a horde of zombies dressed as a zombie, dressed
So
as the Walking Dead.
they like skinning them and just like a skinwalker, just
Yeah, they would like drench their clothes in the zombie blood and walk through. They would wear their clothes and all the foulness that was the Walking Dead. They could walk through the Walking Dead. They were guising. They were mumming.
mimicking.
Yeah, so they could walk through them. I mean, that is exactly a parallel with what the ancient Celts believed. They would disguise themselves as the things that they were trying to protect themselves from.
It's a little like if you can't beat them, join them.
Kinda. But you just don't get into you wouldn't do all the things that they're doing.
It's like join them to beat them.
Right. Destroy them from the inside. But there was a group in The Walking Dead that lived like that. They would walk through the dead and just be with them, and they would eat the flesh of people too. That was a whole big part of one season of The Walking Dead, where they would. It was crazy. The survivors would walk through these hordes of zombies, and then some of them were whispering, because the people that would whisper were the part of that group of people that were just living among the undead, which is a crazy concept. And then they would have weapons, and they would just out of nowhere, one of the survivors would just get stabbed by a zombie. They're like, what happened? Where'd that come from? But as one of the living people disguised as unliving people, living among the unliving. Did you follow that? This ritualistic dressing evolved into a practice known as mumming or guising in Ireland and Scotland. Children and adults would don disguises and go door to door performing songs, poems, or simple antics in exchange for food and offerings.
Trick or treating.
Yep, precursor to trick or treating. This was a powerful communal and spiritual act. It was both a way to appease the spirits and a method for the community to acknowledge and deal with the very real fears and anxieties surrounding the supernatural during this time of year.
A lot of people are suspicious of supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
And I like people experiencing the supernatural. I don't know if I want to play around with that stuff, though.
No.
Not the dark stuff.
No, Ouija boards are not for me.
I don't want to go to the Go Man's Bridge.
No.
It's got a big Ouija board just on a cement thing. Big cement Ouija board.
No.
No, thank you.
This episode might have to turn into 2.
Yes. It's got 9 pages.
Yeah.
The unique status of Samhain as a time when the veil was thin made it an especially potent period for divination, or the telling of the future. The Celts believed that the night offered a rare opportunity for heightened spiritual insight and communication with the overworld.
Otherworld.
Otherworld. Not Not Minecraft.
Right.
A variety of divination customs emerged from this belief, many of which involved common autumn items like apples and nuts. Yeah. When do gourds play into this?
We'll get there. Maybe not gourds specifically. Kind of. But we'll get there.
One practice involved peeling an apple in a single long piece and throwing it over one's shoulder. The shape it formed was said to be the first initial of one's future spouse.
That's weird to me. There's only so many letters that a discarded apple peel could make. O's generally. Maybe a J. E, not likely. Unless it was a lowercase.
It
X,
could be
maybe.
like a backwards 3E.
Maybe they didn't have as many letters as we do today.
Probably not. And they probably don't look the same either.
Apples?
No, the letters.
People. Oh. No, you're right. Good point.
Another ritual involved cutting an apple into 9 pieces and eating 8 of them while looking in a mirror at midnight, with the 9th piece being thrown over the shoulder to reveal the face of a future lover. So, like...
You want to try that spell?
What's next? You want me to say Bloody Mary 3 times in the bathroom?
No. This one seems a little bit more low-key. Bloody Mary is like you're inviting a freaking demon to your realm.
Yeah, we'll just create a bonfire in the bathroom. Put on our costumes and just...
Dance around the sink?
I dance around the rug in our bathroom. That's where we're creating our bonfire.
On the rug? I don't think rugs like fire.
The rug is our fire. The rug is fire. It's pink with ghosts.
Finkel is Einhorn.
It's really soft. It's very fire.
Okay.
But not literally.
Nuts to this.
Nuts were also used to predict a couple's future, as 2 nuts placed in a fire could foretell whether a relationship would be harmonious or fraught with strife based on how they burned. Scrying or gazing into a reflective surface like a body of water or mirror was also a common practice, with the risk of encountering not just a future spouse, but also the devil or even one's own demise.
Fun. Super cool. Fortune telling for yourself. Gaze into the pond at night.
Or if you gaze into a mirror and...
Fling.
Wow. I was going to say Jeff Curry.
Jeff Curry. Jeff Curry. Tim Curry's long lost brother, or what? During the 4 centuries of Roman occupation of Celtic territory, starting around 43 AD, that was a while ago, about 2,000 years, almost, 2 major Roman festivals related to the dead and harvest were introduced and eventually merged into existing Celtic practices. One was Feralia, a commemoration of the passing of the dead. The second honored Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruits and trees. The apple was Pomona's primary symbol, which may have led directly to the incorporation of the practice of bobbing for apples into the combined celebrations, an element that endures in modern Halloween festivities.
43 AD was 1982 years ago.
That's the year I was born. 1982. I think that's synchronicity.
Do you want to celebrate? Celebrate Samhain?
And I will be 43 in a couple of weeks. Buddy, what is happening right
now? The stars are aligning. Is this a good or bad omen?
Oh, that's pretty good. That's synchronicity. That's how that works.
That's the stars aligning. What's next? Your zodiac signs in the sky right now?
Aligning to what exactly? That was during the 4 centuries of Roman occupation of Celtic territory. That they began the occupation of Celtic territory in 43 AD.
Maybe we're part Roman.
I don't think. What are you doing with numerology right now?
I don't know. I'm making the stars align.
You're making the rules up as you go along. That's what you're doing.
I think you need to do those. The
Apple thing?
yeah.
To look for my future lover? No thanks, I got one. She's your mom.
Well, I want to see if it's my mom.
It's not a past lover, it's a future lover.
It's a current lover.
And then she just sneaks up in the mirror behind me. Ta-da! Look, it worked.
No, she just is squatting down, just wow.
Or she's standing back there in the darkness, can't quite see her in the mirror, and then she just shines a light on her face.
Or just turns the light on, it just reaches over. It's me.
Like, bloody mommy, bloody mommy.
I was gonna say a joke, but I think that's too dark.
We like dark humor here.
So should I say it?
Sure, go for it.
I think that's someone after a miscarriage.
Wow.
Yeah, I told you it was dark.
It was dark. Anyway,
Alright.
moving on. As Christianity
spread throughout Celtic lands, the church faced the challenge of converting a populace with deeply entrenched pagan beliefs and rituals. Rather than violently suppressing these traditions, a strategy of cultural
assimilation
was adopted. This process of syncretism allowed the church to overlay Christian meanings onto existing pagan festivals, making the transition to the new faith smoother for converts.
Which is kind of weird. So the government and the church shouldn't be together. Well, the church ran the country, ran things.
So Pope is president?
Kinda, yeah. That's the way it was back in the first couple of centuries.
First century.
Several. 8th, 10th, whatever. But so it seems to me like they placated these people that were like, yeah, you could have your pagan festivals. You know, it's pretty dark, but now we're going to call it this Christian festival. But you can still do what you're doing, but you need to do what we want you to do too. Because they couldn't stop the pagans from doing it. So they just turned it into a Christian festival too. So now the Christians are celebrating with the pagans and the same thing. So now the pagans are getting, well, we're taught the pagans are like darker, more like savage kind of practitioners, whereas Christians are softer, godlike, and, you know, 10 Commandments and all that jazz, but the pagans are the rough people. So now you could look at it as softening of pagans and then hardening of Christians to bring these two things together.
It's to me like copying homework, but it's like my social studies teachers with plagiarism. Like, you can't just write the sentence itself, but change a couple words.
Yeah, and then it's not plagiarized anymore.
But it is still plagiarism.
How's it still plagiarism if you change a couple words?
It's the same sentence, just like with 1 or 2 words different.
Yeah, so Christianity is the same sentence with a couple words different.
Winter solstice is it the same or different?
It's basically the same.
So yeah,
if you dig back deep enough, then the winter solstice is right exactly around the time they said Jesus was born.
December 25th.
Right. The 21st is the winter solstice that we call the winter solstice, but December 25th is when they tell us that Jesus was born.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the guy. A key maneuver in this strategy was Pope Gregory III's decision in the 8th century to move the Feast of All Saints, or All Hallows Eve, from May 13th to November 1st. So they changed the Christian celebration to be in line with the pagans so that they could make the pagans softer. They changed it by like 5 months: May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I guess 6 months.
6-7 months.
No. So they changed their ways so much to get the pagans on their side, but then they softened how the pagans celebrate. This move was a strategic alignment with the date of Samhain, effectively Christianizing the widely observed festival. The day became dedicated to honoring all Christian saints and martyrs, both known and unknown, thereby providing a new sacred focus for a time traditionally devoted to the dead. This was not a simple replacement, but a profound reframing of a significant time of year.
Dang. Christians are really forcing their big cult upon others.
That's how it went 1,000 years ago. That's what they did. That's how bad they wanted people to be part of the Christian society. They would change their ways to tell those people now they're Christian.
Were pagans like atheists?
No, they had their Celtic gods. We talked about Don a minute ago. And all the spirits surrounding them. They're not atheists, but the monotheistic. Christianity is monotheistic, one God. And the Celtics and Norse and Egyptians, they're polytheistic, many gods, doing a bunch of different things. Monotheistic is the one God that does all the things.
Which Christians have.
One God, one true God. That's what the Bible tells us, one true God. But all these even people believe all these different things. But Christians were so hard on wanting the people to be part of their group that they would tell those people that they were Christians, but still celebrate the pagan things with those people until they could bring those people in. Well, now you're a Christian because you're celebrating All Hallows Eve, All Saints Day. They're like, no, it's not what. It's All Saints Day. Now you're a Christian. Come to church on Sunday.
Let's sing about.
That's a good hymn. Let's change a couple words. Let's change a couple more words. Let's change a couple more words. Now it's completely Christianized.
Now it's not pagan, but it's ours.
Christmas tree. It's a Yule log. Bring it in the house. All of it has a whole other history.
Let's put a couple candles on it.
Candles are very pagan.
Did the pagans start the candles?
Candles were for everybody, but still, there's multiple different ways to practice things with and celebrate your ancestors, celebrate the former gods with candles.
Maybe that's why we really like candles during Christmas time. Instead of starting fires on our tree.
Yeah, that's bad. Probably don't do that.
Yeah, especially with our pets. They would eat the candles.
Yeah. All right, better keep going.
It's already 9 o'clock.
I know. I think we'll go 15, 20 more minutes, maybe. And I don't think we're going to get through all this. It's at 9:15. When at 9:15, whatever we're doing, we'll just do a second part of Samhain. Okay.
So stop at 9:15?
Yep.
The observance was further solidified with the establishment of All Souls' Day on November 2nd, a practice that spread from 10th century France. This new feast day was dedicated to the faithful departed who had yet to be purged of their sins and allowed the living to pray for their souls. The creation of this 3-day observance, known as
All Hallowtide.
All Hallowtide, provided a Christianized framework for honoring the dead, a direct response to the powerful symbolism of Samhain.
So we honor the dead for 3 days. Because now they said, okay, All Hallows Eve, Halloween, All Hallows Day, November 1st, All Saints Day, November 2nd. Hallow Eve, Halloween.
Yeah.
The fusion of ancient Celtic and Christian customs gave rise to the festival we know today as Halloween. Most of its most recognizable traditions can be traced directly back to Samhain and its Christian adaptations. The modern custom of trick-or-treating is a direct descendant of the ancient practices of mumming and souling. The Celtic tradition of mumming involved people dressing in costumes and performing for food. This practice later fused with the medieval Christian custom of souling in England and Ireland. In this ritual, the poor and later children would go door to door offering prayers for the household's dead in exchange for soul cakes, small round cakes with a cross on top. We're not doing trick or treat yet. We're
doing tricks for treats.
We're not. Yes. They're blessing the household. Please, sir, I've blessed your house. May I have a soul cake?
Please, sir, I will bless your grandfather's soul. I would like cake.
Yeah, exactly. Later on, the tricks came.
Bad tricks
Mm-hmm.
for treats.
So now the trick was not just a performance, but it became a prank. If you don't want me to do it again, give me a treat. That's the next part here.
The evolution from a spiritual ritual to a commercial transaction is a telling narrative of cultural change. The ancient practice of mumming was a communal performance rooted in a spiritual need for protection and appeasement. The exchange, a performance for a treat, was a part of a sacred ritual. When this tradition merged with the Christian custom of souling, the exchange became a quid pro
quo.
Isn't that a Wednesday episode?
Yes, it is.
Quid pro what? That's what it's called.
Yes.
A quid pro quo of prayers for cakes, which still maintain the sacred purpose. These customs were brought to America by Irish and Scottish immigrants in the 19th century. The emergence of the term trick-or-treat in the 1930s and its subsequent popularization marked a critical shift. The trick became a prank, and the treat became mass-produced candy, completely
secularizing
and commercializing the practice.
Mm-hmm.
The underlying form of the tradition, costumes, and going door to door for treats, remained, but its meaning was transformed from a ritual of spiritual protection and remembrance into a secular act of festive entertainment. And now that trick-or-treating door to door is stand to stand or car to car with trunk or treats.
Right. It evolved to that because now it's a little more controlled in that aspect. Now it's a little bit more. It's not door to door. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It seems a bit safer for little kids.
I suppose it's very group oriented. It's trunk or treating even at churches.
Yes, our own church does.
We just read that the original trick or treating it's a Celtic thing, straight up pagan. But Christian people are inviting the trick-or-treating, the handing out of treats for your special disguise in the church parking lot. I don't know if it's hypocrisy or how you would want to feel about it. Is it irony? Is it hypocritical? Like they don't want you to do the pagan stuff, but they're doing the pagan stuff. Is it hypocritical? Is it irony? Like it's ironic that they are doing the very thing that they told people not to do.
Like it's literally just changing a couple words, but copying your friend's homework.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
It's copy and paste, but then just delete, and we'll change up the words to either a bit more fancier or to what words you think you say.
It's hilarious. I find it extremely comical. If you dig into the history enough, all of it.
Basically pagan at this point.
Yes. We're capitalist. Everything's commercialized. Even the church is commercialized.
This whole town is commercialized.
No, I'm not just talking about the 35 churches that are in our town. I'm talking about church in general. How many different flavors of church? Well, if you want to be Baptist, you can go give them money. If you want to be Lutheran, you can go give them money.
If you want to be Catholic, go give them money.
Episcopalian.
Mormon.
What? Mormon. I thought you said woman. If you want to be a woman, the Church of Latter-day Women.
A nun as your pastor.
Okay. Maybe we should end it right there. We are, what is this? What page is this? We are just slightly more than halfway through the notes. We'll end it here at however, by the early 20th century. In the Mischief Night thing. We used to talk about the Mischief Night all the time when I was a kid. My mom was terrified of it. Durga, we can't go anywhere. There's going to be mischief the night before Halloween. People would throw rolls of toilet paper all over other people's cars and their trees and all this stuff.
I mean, if you take a look at Hocus Pocus, the first one, you can see in the scene with Ice and the other dude with long blonde hair, which I like blonde guy better. I don't like Ice.
What are these words?
But you can see that they're bored at the end of the Halloween night because they're just sitting there eating candy and they're like, what are we supposed to do? And blonde guy's like, you wanna go look at some hot girls? And Ice is like, they're all asleep by now. Or it's just old ladies. And then you wanna go, and then blonde guy's like, you wanna go TP some houses? Or something? And Ice is like, I don't know, Ice is stubborn. And you can just see in the background that the house that they're right next to is TP'd.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
To pull a prank on somebody.
Just, and sometimes people even throw eggs at your house.
Another expensive prank. Yep, that was another thing that happened on Mischief Night.
That's just dumb. Eggs are valuable, expensive.
Thank you for being grown up about it.
You're welcome.
Because kids did that. I remember that happening. I think they just did it to do it. Because there was egg stuff on our vehicles day after Mischief Night a couple times growing up. But eggs are expensive, bro.
Especially today.
And toilet paper.
Yeah.
Somebody flung toilet paper all over our vehicles or all over our trees. I'd go harvest it so we could use it.
I just cut off the pieces that like touch the floor. I'd be like,
the soggy bits.
But I'll use this. TP is TP.
Yep.
Free stuff, man.
All right, that's the precursor to the next episode.
Yes.
We will begin with Mischief Night, and then we'll get into a little tale of, well, we won't spoil it for that. We'll just talk about. Yeah, we'll talk about it when we talk about it.
Yeah. You don't get to know.
So, question brought.
Question answered.
Almost answered.
Ish. Ish.
Ish. Went on ish.
Bloody mommy, bloody mommy.
No.